Calculations of square root on paper. For this lesson, we will be working more towards abstraction. We will also be checking our work with the pegboard. The new work at this level is for the students to do the calculation of the root first, and then to use the pegboard as proof of their work. The first thing that I would have the students do is to mark off the periods in their radicand. So they would count over 2. And then we would look at our first digit of 5. And at this point, the students should be able to tell me what the square root of 5 is, the closest square root. And that would be 2 squared, and that equals 4. And as we're doing this, then we'll check each step with our pegboard. So they're going to build a square, and this will be the 2 square. And we have one left over, which matches our work on paper. For the next square that we're building, we're going to be building around our 2 square, and we'll be using the thousands and the hundreds. But first I'll need to exchange the last 10,000 bead that I have. So I'll exchange that for 10,000 beads. And we'll be completing the square around the 2 square. So when I look at my paper, I know that to complete the square, I'll need to use the 1,000 beads and the 100 beads. So I will be bringing down the whole next period, which would be 47. And to find my next predicted root, I can take 14, and I'll be dividing that by 2 here and 2 here, where 2 times 2 is 4. So I'll take 14 and divide that by 4. And then I'll round that number, so it will be 3 with a remainder of 2. But I'll be using the 3 as my trial root. So now I'm going to start building out. And my trial root is telling me that I should be able to create a 3 square here. And here I have my 3 square. I don't have enough 1,000 beads to continue. So I've built out my next square. And I can confirm my second digit as 3. And so from here, I'm looking at how many beads I used. I have 6 2 times, or 12. And then I have my 3 square, which is 9. So that would be 12,900. And I'm going to do my math on paper. And I have 18 left. So I have 1 in my thousands cup, and then I do indeed have 8 left in my hundreds cup, and the tens, and then I'll be building my unit square. What I'll need to find out is my trial root. So I will be bringing down my next period, which will contain my tens and my units, and then with those I will be building a square on 23 here, and 23 here, which will be 46. So to find my trial root, I will take 185, and I'll be dividing that by 46. And that gives me 4 with a remainder of 1. So my trial root will be 4. So I'm going to exchange my 1,000 bead for 10 hundredths. And again, as I build out the square this time, I will be using my 100 beads, my 10 beads, and my unit beads. And I've run out of 10 beads, so I can exchange a 100 bead for 10 beads. And then I can continue. And then I'll come back. And again, my trial root tells me that my unit square is going to be a 4 square. And I'll exchange for more. When I'm out of unit beads, I can exchange a 10 bead for 10 unit beads. And at this point, I can confirm that I was able to build my 4 square. And so I've built my square, and I can check my work. So here I have 1,856. And I know that the square root of 54,756 is 234. And I can show that on my pegboard. I have 234.